Hey everyone, Leanne here from Jaded Blossom, and it is day 3 of our May 2022 release, and I have another fun card to share. Hey, so I'm using our brand new American flag stamp set along with our Gnome dies Patriotic Add Ons, our God Bless America stamp set, and the God Bless America outline dies, along with our coffee slider die, our coffee slider add-on dies. There we go. Our Gnome dies and our coffee words. I also use our banner dies a little later too. And I'm using Landa the Free 6-inch pad from Doodlebug, and that is the little gnome I put together on our release and review video. I'm going to give him a little coffee cup. So I've got paper cut from that Land That I Love 6-inch pad from Doodlebug. There we go, that's the little cup. The background, I just used American Crafts brown cardstock because that's what I was using for the little piece of coffee, and you really don't see it that much. Or the little slice of coffee, whatever you want to call it. And then there we go. So I'm working on my Stampin' Up! Pad as per usual. All my die cutting today was done with my Gemini machine. And there we go. And I'm going to add the little hands. Those were cut out using the Stampin' Pad by P13 called Skin Tones. There we go. And I'm just using my reverse tweezers to get everything lined up. And I'll stick that down with my art glitter glue. And you noticed I was using some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. And there you go. Super fun stuff. Everything that I used to put that gnome together will be listed on my blog. I went ahead and I cut the word coffee from our coffee word dies out from Paper Tray Ink Pure Poppy cardstock. There we go. I love the font on this. And I cut the background out of Nina Solar White 80-pound cardstock. There we go, because I wanted it to match my sentiment that was stamped onto Nina Solar White 80-pound cardstock, that God Bless America. There we go. So, just doing a fun spin on this stamp set. So I'm going to pull out this American flag stamp set from Jaded Blossom, and I went ahead and I cut out the coffee cup out of, I believe it was Paper Tray Ink white cardstock. And I'm just going to line up this stamp set. And I'm going to give this coffee cup stripes, vertical stripes. And I'm going to use my Misty just to make things easier when I have to stamp it more than once. I'm using Distress Oxide ink and Festive Berries. And I'll have to stamp it a few times to get a good image. But it doesn't matter what happens in the center of the cup, because I will be using the coffee sleeve from the coffee slider add-on dies. And that will be covering up the center of the cup anyway, so, doesn't really matter. But I do have to stamp it a few times to get a really good image, just because this is a brand new stamp. And, when you first stamp on, stamp with a stamp with some solid images like these lines, you need to use it a few times. And then you'll get perfect stamping every single time. There we go. So I just lined it up using my Misty, lined up that last stripe with the previous one. And then I will just keep on stamping. So I want vertical stripes across the bottom and across the top of this coffee slider die. So since we're just watching me do the same thing here, I don't know, what are you feeling about this new Jaded Blossom release? I think it's super cute. And like I said, if you're a patriotic person, like to send out cards for, Memorial Day, 4th of July, all those things, like Jaded Blossom has you covered with some amazing patriotic products. You could literally get this release and never buy a patriotic item again. You're covered. Like, you've got a bunch of choices, and it's fabulous. But this is just a spin on how to use this American flag stamp set. You don't have to use it to create, an American flag. What you can, and it's fabulous, but, you can do this too. So there we go. Just keep on adding that Distress Oxide ink in Festive Berries. Now this is going to be a layer on the front of my card. There we go. I'm going to keep on stamping. You see how I line up that last stripe, or the first stripe, I guess, with my last one. There we go. That's the nice thing about a Misty. Honestly, out of all the stamping tools that you can own on this planet, like, a Misty is up there. Like, you need a Misty. It really helps you with your stamping. I was an okay stamper before, but, I've turned into a stamping rock star just because of this Misty. Not because I'm talented, just because I have a Misty and I can, stamp over and over again. It's awesome. There we go. Now, tomorrow, we have more products that we're showing, which is kind of cool. So some neat little stuff coming tomorrow. You're going to want to come back. And then, as always, we will have, a hop on Friday. The whole release will go live in the store, so you can buy everything a la carte. Up until that point, until today, I believe it is at midnight, you can get your hands on the Gotta Have It Now. So that's always up until the Wednesday, and that gets you the whole release sent to you quickly. A lot of times you get it before the release is even finished, and you can craft along with us. So now you see, I went ahead and I cut the top out of Patriotic white cardstock, and I'm going to do some stamping on the top of this little coffee cup with the little, star stamp set. It's neat because it's separate, so that it just makes this so easy. You can line it up. And I'm using Prize Ribbon Distress Oxide ink to stamp on there. It's the perfect two patriotic colors together, right? Lots of fun stuff. And I'm just going to stamp along this top. Now, you could have used patterned paper, in that Land That I Love set, I believe there's some blue starred paper, but like this is lots of fun, right? You can make your own patterned paper using this stamp set. Just another way to use this stamp. You could also use the outline stamp and just color it if you'd like to. But you can stamp the outline stamp and then fill it in with these solid stamps. It just makes it really easy to create with, I think. So I'm just going to move this along. And there we go. So fun stuff. I don't know if you guys go and do the hop every release with Jaded Blossom, but you should, because if you leave comments on all the blogs, usually someone wins. They give away a little stamp set, which is lots of fun. It's always nice to get something for free. And, when you do buy things from Jaded Blossom, post what you buy, post your haul on Instagram and tag us, or on Facebook and tag us. It's lots of fun. Okay, here we go. Now I've got a piece of paper from that Land That I Love 6-inch pad from Doodlebug, and I cut it 1/8 of an inch smaller than an A2 size card base. This A2 size card base is actually a white top fold A2 size scored card from Simon Says Stamp, and it's pretty darn handy to have it all made for me. I kind of like that. Okay, now I'm going to add this blue paper on the inside of my card, and that is like 1 3/4 inches. And I'm just using my my Stampin' Up! Pad to line things up. I will trim off the overhang. There we go. And then I've got a piece of Pure Poppy cardstock. It's like 3/4 of an inch. And I'm going to line that up on the inside again, across, across my blue. And I'm just giving myself a nice fun inside to my A2 size card. Like, when you make cards to give away to people, it's kind of nice to have a decorated inside sometimes. And I try to do that here and there. And then now I've got a little strip of the other side of that blue paper that I used on the front of my card design. And I'm just going to add that to the inside too. And I just cut on an angle line. I angled the end. There we go, to make kind of like a little flag. Cut off the edge. And then, doesn't that look cute? I think it turned out really cute. There we go. So that's going to be the inside. And now I'm going to create my card. So I'll quickly add my top onto my coffee cup with my ATG gun there, ATG tape. There we are. And then I will add my coffee cup to the front of my card. So, like I said, this couldn't be any easier. So I'm just going to try and get this lined up. And, FYI, I was standing when I did this, because I find I can line things better when I'm standing and looking straight down. I don't know. Now I cut the coffee slider add-on die. I like the scallop sleeve. It's just kind of fun. And I cut that out of Nina Desert Storm cardstock, an 80 pound. And I just trimmed off the little tab that normally you would make it into a slider. And I'm just going to add that to the front. Isn't that cute? Now I'm going to pop my little gnome on there. He is so cute. And like I said, if you want to watch me put this gnome together, I put together all the patriotic gnome layers on the release and review video that I do for Friday. So, you can watch that on Friday. And now I'm going to make my own sentiment. I'm going to have a little fun with this God Bless America. And I'm going to make it say God Bless Coffee. because I thought that's kind of fun. There we go. So you see how I'm trying to hide the word America, and I'm going to trim off the end a little bit so you don't see the end of America peeking out. And then I will glue these two sentiments together so I can pop them up as a unit. There we go. It's kind of cute, eh? God bless coffee. But you get the idea that it's a patriotic card because, you got your patriotic gnome. You've got your stars and stripes on your coffee cup. Now I'm just going to use my Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, and I will, the normal size ones and the mini ones, and I'm just going to fill in the back of this sentiment because, I want everything to stay nice and level using my reverse tweezers, and I'm just going to sort of get my sentiment nestled in there. Isn't that cute? Okay, so this is when I bring in the banner dies, and I cut out 3 hearts using the 2-sized hearts from this, from red poppy cardstock from Paper Tray Ink. I'm also grabbing another sentiment from that God Bless America stamp set, and it says Happy 4th of July. That was stamped onto Nina Desert Storm cardstock and cut out with the outline dies. Now I am grabbing these red poppy, it's called Pure Poppy cardstock from Paper Tray Ink, the little red hearts, and I'm going to pop 3 of them on the front of this card, just, to give it a little something, something, right? I've been using a lot of stars. You could do that too. But I thought you guys are getting sick of stars maybe. So I'm just going to add 3 hearts, We can show this gnome's love of coffee, this little Uncle Sam gnome. Too cute, right? I just love it. I love this little guy. He's so cute. And like I said, everything that I used to make him will be on my blog. There we go. And now I'm pulling out shape sprinkles from Doodlebug. These are just this is a little white heart from the Winter Hug shape sprinkle set. I'm just going to add that. I added that to the front of my coffee cup. And then I'm pulling out my Secure White Jelly Roll pen in a number 10. And I'm just going to add a few little highlights there onto my gnome. Isn't he cute? I love it. I love making the gnome with the bare feet. I don't know. There's something about him. He's just too darn cute. He kind of looks like Cousin It, right? From the Addams Family. All hair. There we go. So thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Jaded Blossom blog. Get Inspired, Jaded Blossom store. If you want to get your hands on that, gotta have it now. You got to get it by tonight. And otherwise, you'll have to get things a la carte on Friday. And as always, thank you so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. And hopefully come back tomorrow and we will see you then. Bye, everyone.